What is up, everybody? How's it going? All right, this is episode number 7 of the 1 million ARR challenge. We're filming a bunch of these on the same day. This is like the 4th episode I'm filming today because I got a little bit behind and I had to go change my shirt because I couldn't wear the same shirt. And you know how every shirt I wear is just so different and wild. So I had to go change my shirt so it doesn't look like completely. Anyway, we're on episode number 7. How did we get to this episode 7 already? It feels like yesterday we were talking about it and I'm like, maybe we should do this. It seems kind of crazy, but let's try it. In this series, I call it Unstoppable Friday, or informally the TK Hey Man version where I just talked to you. In this series, I take you behind the scenes of building a SaaS business from 0 to 1 million ARR. That's what we're doing here. I take all the principles that I teach in this channel around building and growing SaaS businesses, and I'm applying it real time into our own SaaS business with my co-founder and I. And I take you behind the scenes every Friday to just show you where we are. And so if you have not seen prior episodes, there's a playlist where you can binge watch all prior 6 episodes. I'll link to it below. You don't have to go there right away. If you are new, welcome. In this channel, I help startup founders like you, SaaS founders like you, navigate the path to the next stage of growth, navigate the path to product market fit and beyond. So if you're new, be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon so you get notified when I drop an episode like this. Also, if you're back, welcome back. Really excited to have you here. Also, I don't know if you noticed these shirts. This is my new favorite. It's our ship code close deals shirt. I'm really excited about these. If you want one of these, check out our store. We have an Unstoppable store now. You can go check out the store. We sell them at cost. We're not making a profit on these shirts, so you can go check those out. So I'm really excited. Today, in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how we go from take a trial customer and convert them to paid. This is kind of the next thing. We've been focusing a lot on activation, and that's been coming along nicely. Enough people are going to be coming up for trial conversion soon. So we have to talk about like, hey, how do we navigate this? Do we need to go build out all the functionality and what to do on a trial? So that's what I want to cover today on how are we thinking about converting people that are going from trial to paid. So if you're excited to dig in, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and let's dig right into it. So there's a couple of principles that we agreed upon. We use this at ToutApp for our self-service business and it worked really well. And so we're going to apply it here, especially as we think about how to convert people from trial to paid. And there's 3 principles that we're applying. Of course, there's 3, I like 3, I guess. So the principles that we decided to apply just in this overall problem is number 1, we said activation first, all right? Meaning there were a bunch of features we still need to build out on how to do this trial conversion. What does that flow look like? How do you deal with disabling the interface? And we were like, let's not build any of that until we really nail activation of the product. And in my prior, I think it was episode 5, we dug a little bit more into how I think about activation, how we're tackling activation. Activation, essentially, they took a certain predetermined set of actions. That means that they're engaged. They didn't just sign up and then leave. They came in and then they did a bunch of stuff. That means they're activated. They kind of get it. And so we were just like, activation first. Like before we even write any lines of code on how to convert to trial and all that stuff, before we think about how to actually convert the trial, let's actually just think about activation. So that was our first principle. Let's focus on activation first. But this also applies to when we're thinking about converting a user from trial to paid. I'll explain that in a second. I'll circle back to that. The second principle for us is we want to build a habit before we think about converting them to paid. And what this also means is kind of retention, really. All right, and what that means is before we tell the user like, hey, you got to pay, or you know, your trial is running out, or blah, 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 we actually just want to get them into the habit. We want them hooked on the product. Until we get them hooked, we get the retention going. We don't want to really turn the timer on them because it's kind of useless and it's not going to convince them to use the product more. I'm going to give you the 3 and I'll explain what this means in context of everything else. And then the third thing is once we have them activated and then they're built a habit, then the way we want to convert these people in the application going from trial to paid is then we want to do the trial countdown where we say, hey, in the interface, we want to say kind of something like you have 8 days left, right? And then enter CC info. And kind of a conversion there. And sometimes we'll also, instead of enter credit card info, in fact, Right now, we're probably not going to say enter credit card info. We really want to sell them on this. So we want to say learn more. And then when they hit learn more, then they're going to go into a little mini sales page where we say, hey, you've been practicing Unstoppable Sunday. You've been using the application. Here are the things that it does for you, right? And you've been experiencing that. And if you want to continue, it's basically X dollars a month. Do you want to sign up? Are you interested? And over time, we may give them an offer that's like kind of a premium plan, but we just want to start at a basic plan right now. So that's how we're thinking about this, but let me explain the nuances of this, okay? There's a nuance here. So right now, if you go to unstoppablesunday.com, and that's, you know, the app, for those of you that don't know, that's the $0 to $1 million challenge for us. We're building out unstoppablesunday.com. It helps you really get your mindset right so that you go into every Monday with a plan. So if you ever feel that Sunday jitters and the Sunday scaries, or feel anxiety on a Sunday, or you have that constant hum in your mind where you just can't relax because you're just thinking about your startup all the time. So what we teach you is how to go into every Monday with an unstoppable plan, how to stay proactive. That's what this application does. That's what this program does. And so what we want to do here is actually upsell you all the way at the end. Those are the three things, but let me explain how this goes into play. So if you go and sign up on unstoppablesunday.com, you'll see this trial to paid experience that we're creating right now. But the biggest thing you're going to notice is we don't bother you about the trial countdown or the learn more or the sales early on. In fact, everything that we're doing right now when we get you into the product is we're trying to figure out how to get you to activate, meaning we want you to practice Unstoppable Sunday. Once we do that, we're trying to figure out how to get you to stay and keep coming back every week so you keep practicing Unstoppable Sunday. Once you've actually practiced Unstoppable Sunday 3 or 4 times, that's 4 weeks roughly, then we're going to turn on the trial ticker, and then we're going to say, hey, this person is activated, this person has built the habit, now we want to start charging. They've truly test-driven the product, so now we're going to go in for the trial countdown and say, hey, by the way, you're getting a lot of value. If you want to continue this, you just need to turn on your subscription. Otherwise, your trial is going to end, and you have 8 more days to decide. Why do we do this? We learned this in the Tout app days, and I'm sure you've experienced this also. You'll sign up for a product. They're like, yep, you have a 7-day trial. And then you're like, okay, cool. And then you go away, and then you start getting an email like, your trial is running out tomorrow. Like, what do you want to do? Enter your credit card. And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even tried the product yet, and I haven't figured anything out yet. And they just like didn't help you do anything, right? They just did the trial and checked the box off on that. So we take more of a trigger-based approach to the trial. We don't bother them about the trial running out. Everything that we're doing, and you'll see this in episode 5, I'll link to it below. Everything we're doing is figuring out how do we get you to activate. We're sending you emails, we're inviting you to training, we're sending you our manifesto, we are getting you into the product, we're texting you, we're emailing you. And once you understand what this is for and you learn and you start practicing it, then we actually figure out how to get you to keep coming back. So we're sending you text messages and we're reminding you over email. And once you do that and you're hooked into it, then we're saying, hey, now that you're getting tons of value, you understand what we're doing for you, your trial is going to end in like 14 days or 8 days, whatever it may be. Learn more. When you hit learn more, then it's going to say, by the way, here's everything that you get. Here's everything you've been enjoying. Here are the benefits. You've seen it. Do you want to sign up for our monthly program? And that's how we're doing that. So that's how we are thinking about this trial to paid conversion. The other thing I wanted to explain was there's essentially 2 ways that we are looking at acquiring users for this. And this is where it goes a little bit into our unstoppable sales funnel. Now, this is a B2C product, so it's a little bit new territory. I use an unstoppable sales funnel for B2B products all the time. Most of the people in my SaaS go-to-market school, in fact, 99% of them are B2B products. I wanted to figure out if this works for a B2C product, and I really wanted to test out the limits of what we can do. And it's kind of like picking up fight with the biggest bully on the first day of jail. Like that's what a B2C SaaS product is. They're hard. Only thing even harder is a marketplace product, and marketplace businesses are the worst. I don't even touch them. So this is a B2C product, and so we're like, okay, what is our core funnel on how we generate users and generate leads? And you'll notice in our stats, we've had a consistent flow of leads coming in every week. So we feel pretty good about how this is going. Now we're just tweaking the activation. That's what we're really focused on. The way we're approaching this is essentially 2 ways. One is our true unstoppable sales funnel. We essentially have a manifesto. and we teach you how to do this. We have a PDF version. For this case, I also have a book because I wanted to go all in on this. It's called How to Punch the Sunday Jitters in the Face. And the book is all about how do you actually get rid of that Sunday anxiety? How do you go into every Monday with the plan? How do you articulate your most important goals? And how do you go crush that? By the way, we are giving out free copies of this book. So if you want a free copy, go to tkkader.com/book. It's that easy. So we're getting people into the manifesto. Once they get into the manifesto, then we say, hey, by the way, do you want to implement everything in this manifesto? Easier, we have software for it. Do you want to sign up? And we just ask them for the sale, like, hey, here's the result that you're going to get. Do you just want to sign up? And you can sign up, and then basically we bring them into the app. And then they start using it, and they're already paying. They don't even get a trial. They just start using it. And in addition to the app, we also give them some training, and we also give them Sunday coaching call, a group call. So it's consider that services. And this is how we kind of scale like the full program of like, here's how we make you successful on this. So all three of these, when you download the book, you kind of figure out how to do that. The other sneaky thing that we did is inside the book, we say, hey, by the way, you should practice Unstoppable Sunday. And you go to this URL. So even if they don't purchase outright over here, one of the things that we're doing is inside the manifesto, we're saying, okay, you should just practice Unstoppable Sunday. So even if they don't sign up here up front, they'll eventually get into our app. And then that's how they're going to get into this trial to paid process. And then once they do the trial to paid process, we can always upsell them back to the full program at some point as well. So this is how we're thinking about this. And what we do is every week we run a Broadway show to promote this manifesto. We're promoting the book. We have a Broadway show on Instagram. We have a Broadway show on YouTube. We have a Broadway show on Facebook. And consistently every week, people are essentially getting the book or our manifesto, and they're buying this, and then they're converting to the app, and we're getting more and more people practicing Sunday. And over time, what we're working on now is how do we get more and more people practicing and activating so that they essentially sign up for the full program and buy the product and continue to use us. So that's how we're doing it. And that's why in the context of all of this is where the trial to paid comes in. If they directly come in for the app, or they just go to unstoppablesunday.com, like if you go sign up right now, and you'll be in this trial to paid flow, and you'll start to experience what that's like. Other times, we're just pre-selling this upfront and saying, hey, just buy the software. It's X dollars a month, and just come on in. And that's how we're doing it. So we're experimenting with this core funnel, and we'll talk more about how this is performing in the coming weeks. All right, cool. So that's all I have for you today. This is behind the scenes of how we are continuing to build out this SaaS business and how we're tackling the trial to paid problem. If you got value from this, please smash that like button. If you're new, be sure to subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified when I drop a video. So I do this every Friday. I take you behind the scenes. Every Sunday and Wednesday, I do a different style video where I actually give you actionable advice on specific ways to grow your SaaS business. If you have a friend that loves SaaS businesses, is a founder, be sure to share these videos with them. It would mean the world to me and my team. And also, if you are in that stage where you're growing your SaaS business, be sure to download my 5-point startup growth strategy guide. In it, I go into detail with all the core principles I follow to grow SaaS businesses. It also has details around my SaaS go-to-market coaching program, all the way at the end. But you get a ton of resources as well. So go ahead and download that guide, or just go to getunstoppable.com/strategy to download that guide. All right, everybody, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along. If you have questions, post them in the comments below. If you want me to cover specific aspects of the business of this 0 to 1 million ARR challenge, post them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next episode. Talk to you later.